In this video, we're gonna do something that nobody's ever done on YouTube ever. I'm gonna give you advice on dropshipping. What's going on, everyone? Hayden here, coming back at you with a brand new video. And in this one, we're gonna be talking about what's the fastest way to scale an e-commerce store with Shopify to 6 figures. So I haven't been getting this specific question. Obviously, that'd be a little bit weird. This is very hyper-targeted, but I'm getting a lot of people saying, hey, what's the fastest way, in your opinion, to scale an e-commerce business? Or how do you recommend I get started doing that? Because obviously you wanna fast track your success. So I'm gonna be breaking down a couple of the things that I do with every single store. This is congruent with everything I do just because it works, okay? And just know going in exactly what works for me, right? I'm not getting super specific on every single point. Obviously this would be a 40-hour long video if that were the case, but I'm gonna talk about how I'm structuring it, what platforms I'm doing, how I'm doing it on those platforms, the types of offers, how I'm scaling on the back end, everything on that end of things. So with that being said, you guys, before I jump inside my computer, if you get any value from the video at all, I'm gonna ask you one favor. Hit that nice looking subscribe button down below and join the family. We're blowing up well past 30,000 subs. I appreciate all the love and support on every video. So let's jump inside of my computer and start going through this. Okay, you guys, first thing I wanna outline inside of here is a 6-figure store. It's $100,000. If you break that down, you know, it might sound like a lot of money, but that's like roughly, okay, it's not exact, but $8,000 a month. Let's just call it that. That's very achievable. Break that down even further. That's less than $300 a day. Let's just call it 275 bucks a day. Okay, that's really not that much. Let's say an average order value is 20 bucks, 10 bucks, 30 bucks, depending on what you're doing. Somewhere in that range is very realistic. That's like 10 orders a day. So it's really not that difficult to get to that point. And the thing is, once you get to that point, that's usually not your cap. So obviously different niches, different products have a limit. You can't really, you know, one might be kind of capped at roughly 20,000. Obviously there's never an exact amount, but if you figure out how to do 275 bucks a day, I can pretty much guarantee that there's no difference between 275 and 375. So just got to be able to scale on that end of things. But how do you do this? Okay, when I'm launching a new store, once I have everything set up on the site, I got my domain in place, all the apps, all the products are listed, the descriptions, and everything is good to go. The site is done, the store is live, it's ready to market. This is how I'm starting, okay? If you guys watch the channel, you know, but this is there's way more to it than just that. Instagram influencers is the fastest way to fast track your e-commerce store. And the reason for this is very simple. Instagram has a lot less moving parts, and it's very simple to hit something that works if you know what you're looking for. That's the thing. Let me explain my process behind Instagram, because I'm not just saying, ooh, an Instagram influencer in the dog niche and I have a dog product, let me promote it. No, there's a strategy for when I'm initially scaling, at least to what I follow. I don't like to start with larger pages. So this is kind of the funnel step for that. Let's go with about, I'm looking for a page between 100 to, let's go 300K, roughly in that range. Again, there's not an exact amount, but I'm going from that, and I'm not gonna scale until it's working. But once I do scale, okay, and by scale I mean spend more money for a larger page to then get more traffic and more sales. But with this, I'm not doing that scale until these are working. And once that's working, I'm going up to the next notch, which is $500,000 to, I don't wanna say quite $1 million, but like 750K. That's the range I'm following. So I view it as increments. I'm going up and up, and I've done pages. I mean, yesterday on Sunday, we did one that was 13 million followers. So that's way out of this range. But let me tell you the reason why I did that. Smaller pages in that niche had worked. Okay, it's the very similar content, very similar pages, and they had worked for that product. So I'm building up to it. And the reason I do that, sure, I might have the money to budget or whatever. I start small and I scale up to what works, because you don't want to, you know, maybe you're weird and you want to, but I don't want to piss away money. I don't need to, because the way I do it, I'm starting small. But so right away, I'm starting with Instagram. I'm looking for influencers before I even build the store so that I know they're there. Then I can immediately run shout outs in this range, okay? And from there, can level up to this and then go past 1 million. Okay, and then way beyond that, obviously some niches might have a cap. Some just don't have influencers that are 1 million followers, 10 million followers. That's fine. You can start to do other things, you know, I might be able to talk a little bit about meme pages and how you can structure that, because those are the ones that can get really big. I mean, there's those funny viral video cat pages, whatever, or not cat pages, but funny viral videos of all this stuff, and it's like 10, 15, 20 million followers. So absolutely massive audience reach, a lot of retention, a lot of just engagement on those pages, and they can be effective. They're also expensive, but they can be effective if you know how to leverage them the right way. Now, let me just say that even though I'm using Instagram to make money, it's one of the fastest ways, in my opinion, to get to that couple $100 a day point. if you run like one influencer a day that's kind of in one of these ranges or above, 500,000 to a few million, odds are you can pull about $200 to $500, maybe a little bit more. You know, depending on the niche, it might be less. Depends on the price of the shout out and how quality the page is. If you're doing one of those a day, it's very, very realistic to hit this number right here of $275. Now, let me just say that just because I'm doing Instagram right off the bat does not mean that's what I'm gonna still be doing. Because I don't want to build any business for that matter where I have to put in a lot of time, a lot of work, a lot of energy, a lot of resources, and I'm making money and then I have to keep doing that. I don't want to do that. And you don't need to do it if you structure it the right way. I want to be able to take a step back and not only maintain this number or something similar to that, but I should be able to continue to grow it. And the way that we're doing that, we're transitioning on the back end into Facebook ads. And there's a method to the madness, you guys, okay? There's a reason I'm using Instagram first. That's not just to make money. Honestly, I don't give a shit about the money right away, because if you do it the right way, it's on the back end. So with Instagram, there's the primary two things I'm using it for. Ready? Using IG for testing and data. And what I mean by this, I'm testing products. So I'm seeing what products work. If I can't get it to work, you know, I've tested multiple variants of the picture and the ad copy on multiple pages and it doesn't work, that's it, it's done. I'm not gonna be doing that on Facebook because I know it doesn't work. So if it's working on Instagram, I know it'll work on Facebook. And it's not just gonna work on Facebook, I have to make it work. But if it works on Instagram, because I made it work on the right page, then I know I can make it work on Facebook with enough testing. So aside from just that, this is what makes it a lot easier with doing Instagram first. I get data. So I have my Facebook pixel on my Shopify store while I'm doing all this on Instagram, making money, getting sales, a lot of add to carts, a lot of pixel fires, which if you guys understand Facebook, that's important. You're getting all this data on the pixel, and then once you get, let's just say 100, 200, 500 sales and a lot of data, you can start running lookalike audiences for the products that worked on Instagram, and it's gonna make it way easier to find that desired audience over on Facebook. So that's the fastest way, in my opinion, to kind of combine these two platforms. Other people use stuff like Pinterest, Twitter. I know some people are getting into YouTube influencer ads. Cool. I don't. I think this is like the easiest formula for a beginner who doesn't know all that much. If you can really break this down and understand how it works and start testing the different variables, this is going to be a rinse and repeat formula for not only every store, but every single product on every store. You want to launch a new product? Great. Follow this funnel process. That's pretty much what it is. It's a little funnel. You bring your products through every single stage, and not all products are going to complete that. Because right here, some might not work on these pages, or one might not even work on Instagram at all. So guess what? It's not gonna go to Facebook. You're not gonna bring it to Facebook if it's not working. So you cut it off. But products that do make it through the entire process, those are the home run winners, or at least ones that hit well, that are gonna make you money. That's the cash cow for your business, okay? So just by using this little strategy, I would recommend start small with Instagram, keep it as simple as you can. I'll make more videos talking about that. I know we already have a ton on the channel, you guys can go back. But hitting these numbers, it might sound crazy, oh, 6 figures. It's a large figure. That's like double what the average American makes a year. And so, but if you break that down, 8,000 a month. Okay, it's a little more manageable. 275 a day. Okay, now we're talking, you know, it becomes a little more realistic. You can break it down in your head. You want to break this down further? How much is that an hour? That's like maybe $12 an hour, 24 hours a day. $12 an hour, are you kidding me? $12 an hour. Let's say your average cart value is like 10 to 15 bucks. You're just gonna need 24 orders every single day. That's it. So it's really simple. Like, you guys can really scale this, and it's not that intimidating, that scary if you break it down. You know, you're talking about making $1 million. That's like 3,000 a day. Okay, so you can really break it down, and it makes a lot more sense in your head, and you can really grasp that, and it's more attainable. So I want you guys to understand that these are not numbers that are out of reach at all for a beginner. You should be able to start hitting this stuff if you do it the right way, learn from the right places and whatnot, and execute. I'm big on taking massive action. You should be able to hit these numbers within a few months. In reality, you know, you're gonna have to maybe switch niches, switch a lot of products, make new stores and whatnot. But if you're really putting in the work, you can fast track your way to this number and way beyond that. That's not a lot at all, using this blueprint. Okay, so I hope that helps. I hope it makes sense. Using Instagram to leverage Facebook on the back end has so much value and so much potential, and I honestly don't see a lot of people doing it the right way. There's people doing it. I see a few people talking about it. Nobody really does it. Okay, it's kind of weird. That's like my little sauce, my formula, whatever you want to call it. That's the process I'm taking all the products on all of my stores through on a daily basis. So with that being said, you guys, I hope that helped. If it did, if you got any value at all, be sure to drop a like down below. And of course, if you haven't already, be sure to join the family by hitting that nice looking subscribe button. And let me know if you guys want me to break it down or build off of one specific point on this. I know we've made a ton of videos on both Instagram and Facebook. If you want me to talk more about kind of the process and different angles along that, let me know what you want to see in the comments down below. And with that being said, I post every single day. So I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow on the next one. Peace.